Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Welcome to Right and Wrong. This is a show where we try to wake up the woke by talking common sense about the issues of the day. I'm your host, Brian Ruka, and with me, as always, over there is my man and yours, producer Juice. He's known around the interwebs as the Truth Box because he just loves spitting the truth all day, every day. Truth Box, what do you get to say to all the people out there in the Right and Wrong audience today, my friend?
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you?
Great.
That's
Great.
to you. Audience as well. Nice to see you. There's something happening right now. I think I told you this right before we went on.
You did. Yes, you did.
PlayStation 5 giveaway by a Twitch YouTube streamer.
Okay.
Kai Sanat. I don't know. Probably our audience won't know that, but people on YouTube do know that.
Okay.
And I'll go to a clip here, but basically PS5 giveaway, Union Square, New York, turns into a riot because, people need a PS5. And honestly, if this is the case, we're in big trouble, right? Clamoring for the game system.
This is where the culture's gone.
Yeah. All right, here. First one I'll show you is, just kind of the riot starting. All right, crazy enough, but watch as so this is the dude who's doing the giveaway getting his livery vehicle, pulling away, big whatever suburban Mercedes. Watch what happens here.
Going west on E17, and you can see people hanging all over that SUV as they're going down at a fairly good speed.
Oh my gosh, that's dangerous too. They could fall off, they could get hurt. Oh my God, look at it. And again, Dan in control room. Oh my God, if one person already fell. If you can let us know, is this person another person? Two more people just fell in that car. Yeah, people falling off that car. These are live pictures. E17th Street heading out.
Dude, looked like people falling off those planes leaving Afghanistan when Biden pulled out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all for a PS5.
For a PS5. That is insane. Insane. Yeah. How many was he giving away?
I don't know. Definitely not enough.
Not enough to satisfy that crowd.
But I don't know. Yeah,
wow.
That's all I got to say for now.
That's crazy. So, well, that's going to fit in perfectly with the theme of the episode, which is going to be all about shame today. And clearly those people have no shame at all, hanging on to a Tahoe to get a free PS5. Crazy. So we're going to talk, like I said, shame. What is it? Why don't any of our public leaders have it anymore? And how did we get here with it? How did we get to this point? So the topics we're going to hit today are the Boston City Council, where ethics violations have become more common than hearing my boy Paulie D say, cabs are here on the Jersey Shore. We are also going to talk about Hunter Biden's sweetheart deal. That deal just got the Cheech and Chong treatment because it went up in smoke. I'll be here all week, folks. And we will.
The ethics thing. Ethics. Remember that. Ethics that's the question from
Billy Madison.
Yeah. We've all become dumber. Yeah. Ethics is.
The thing about ethics.
Okay.
We'll also hit you guys with another lightning round segment. We've been getting some great positive feedback about that. And we're going to close out the show with the always popular, always fun Come on, man, segment of the day. So, with that in mind, I do believe it is about that time where we get to welcome in our good friend, Mr. Ric Flair, because it is showtime, baby. Woo!
Showtime!
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, before we jump into the topic, I will remind you guys, please, to subscribe to the show, hit that notification icon. And
We don't know how to do that yet.
we
But
don't. But if we did know how to do it, it would be below me right now as I was pointing at it.
smash that like button.
Smash the like, hit the notification bell, do all that good stuff for us, please. So the Boston City Council, it's an absolute disaster. And actually, that just reminds me, because I almost dropped a S show on it, and I will going forward, but I want to warn the audience. I know sometimes some of the children listen. Little Gorski likes to listen from time to time. So this is definitely going to be an explicit episode. We got a few clips that we're just letting the stuff fly this week. So just, you've been warned, okay? The Boston City Council. We have Ricardo Arroyo. We've covered him before on the show. He's got a couple of rape allegations under his belt. He tried to rig his DA election with the help of the now disgraced Rachel Rollins. He also was hit with $3,000 worth of fines for ethics violations because he tried to represent his brother in a lawsuit against the city of Boston while he, Arroyo, was working for the city of Boston. So conflict of interest, obviously. There's also Kendra Lara, who crashed her car into somebody's front porch recently while speeding and driving without a license or without insurance. She had her license revoked and suspended back in Connecticut like 4 years ago, and she's been driving around doing whatever she wants. Had her kid.
What was that list of things you said?
Which
Like,
one?
Drove into a porch. What was it?
Oh yeah, she drove into a front porch. She was speeding, driving without a license and without insurance.
You seen this movie Liar Liar before?
Yeah.
Can't tell a lie. He gets pulled over. He's driving like a madman.
Yeah.
You know what he says or something like, got pulled over, didn't signal,
Oh, yeah.
going through a stop sign while speeding, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what?
And the guy like, oh, do you know why I pulled you over? That's what he, right?
And he can't tell a lie, right?
Yeah. And he like,
oh, is that how the movie goes? Oh, so you can't lie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I changed lanes without signaling. I changed lanes. I cut that person off. I ran a red light, all while speeding.
That's Paraladra.
Basically what she was doing. Yes. She had her kid in the back seat too, so she's going to be endangering a child too. Is getting slapped on there like an 8-year-old.
All he wanted was baseball stuff.
Baseball stuff, Max. And then the other counselor's name is Tiana Anderson. She hired her sister and her son to work for her, and she paid them each $70,000 a year plus sign-on bonuses, and she was just hit with $5,000 worth of a fine from the ethics violation charge that she just, pleaded guilty to. I guess not pleaded guilty. It wasn't like a court case or whatever, but they slapped her with that type of a fine. All this to say, we haven't even talked about our favorite friend there with the hats, Julia Mejia, who's just a walking like embarrassment on that city of Boston city council. But
the one where like if the wind blows her.
Yes. Yep. That thing's like it's like sitting on the side of her head like that.
She was an MTV VJ.
Yes, exactly. But these
For the
people
record, I'm getting a bunch of feedback from you, but
they're a disgrace, dude. I know you're not. I know you're down south there. You're in Georgia, but it's just an absolute joke. That's what happens when you put community activists into these positions. These people have no shame. I told you, that's a theme of the show. None of them feel any responsibility whatsoever to resign from these positions in disgrace, tuck their tail between their legs, and just go. They're just, oh, okay, yeah, no, we're scumbags. We'll pay our fine and we'll keep doing our thing. No worries here. Can't hire my brother and my sister. All right, we got cousin. Any cousins around? Anybody? Who's one of my buddies? I can put you in a spot where we're
Yeah,
not.
remember that lady who was doing the twerking?
Oh, she was like from New Jersey, I think, right?
I think Rhode Island.
Hmm.
Oh, landline.
Uh-oh. House phone.
Big Brother's calling.
We got a house phone coming in, looking to see where we're at. That's
Hold on, is that? Hey, you're on the Right and Wrong show. What do you have to say to?
Caller, do not.
Sue in Iowa, you're on.
Do not come to class unprepared, caller. Oh, I love it. All right. So, as I was saying, these people will not resign, which I think would have been like the dignified thing to do, because they feel entitled. They can do whatever they want to do. And it made me think of a recent episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Mac very, I guess, eloquently and rightfully tells us why shame is important. And these people just have none. Juice, you got that clip of Mac? He's going to break it down for us.
There and have some fun, shall we?
We've only been here for like 5 minutes. That's not a punishment. I don't feel punished. Where's the shame I'm supposed to be feeling?
There's no shame in making a mistake, man.
Yes, there is. How else would I know not to do it anymore?
Hey, listen, man, I'm a licensed psychotherapist.
You're a talking dog. I'm out of here.
Great.
I'm scared.
I'm sure you are, Sam. I'm sure you are. Because you're a pussy. Now, look, man, that's not your
Christ,
fault.
man.
It's not your fault. This dog, your parents, the whole culture is grooming you to be a pussy. You got no freedom, which means you got no balls. And then even when you actually do get caught doing something bad, you're not held accountable. And if you're not held accountable, you feel no guilt. If you feel no guilt, you feel no shame. If you got no shame, you're never gonna hate yourself enough to stop being bad and grow some balls. You diddle this kid. You're definitely on camera. I don't know if you want to be alone with him.
Oh, I love it. He's so right, though. You don't feel any shame. What's the point? What's the point of it? And I know, like, I feel like we feel like it's like a bad thing for some, like, oh, you don't want to shame that person. Like, but, I'm not saying go around being like an a-hole to people, but like, we have these tent cities in all of our major cities here, people living on the street. I talk about it all the time here, Molina Cass and Mass Ave. It's a nightmare. They call it methadone mile here in Boston. Like, walk through there at any point in the day, and those people should be ashamed of their behavior, of their appearance, of what they're doing. And I take it,
and the people enabling it.
It is, of course, it's people enabling it.
Spoke
but it's almost like, I know they're trying to be funny with the clip we played there and stuff, but it's like, yeah, you've grown up with like your parents are pussies. Sorry, like. And you got no balls. Like, it's people that have been coddled.
Grow some balls.
Grow some balls. Like, but people that have been like, everybody gets a trophy culture is now like, we're all adults now at this point. And it's like, you've never like grown out of that, basically. I take it even, that's an extreme example of people like that. But like, same thing with a grown adult who walks around with purple hair. Like, you should be ashamed to present yourself that way as a grown adult. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's a surprise that we have our public leaders and the people that are in positions of power now that carry themselves that way and don't feel any shame or remorse or regret when they do stupid stuff like they've been doing. So I don't know. Juice, you got anything to add about these clowns here in the Boston City Council? All right. Welcome into the always newfound fun segment that we have here called the lightning round. We have a lot of fun with this one. I think it's been going pretty well. So what do we got on tap, Juice? You got something for us?
Yeah, I got this delivery guy. Let's just hit it quick. Go right to it.
All right.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Right, thanks. And for you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Yeah, fuck Biden.
Yeah.
I like you.
That's great. Oh, I love that.
Dude, like, fuck, I like you. You know, that reminds me of, though.
What?
You remember? Hold on a second. I have something teed up. I don't think I showed you this, but watch this. I like you.
I like you. Do you like me?
I do like you.
You are my friend?
You're a nice young man, and I am your friend.
You will be my boyfriend.
Yeah, I won't be your boyfriend.
Why not? You do
Well,
not
I
like
can be
me?
your... Yeah, I can be. No, boyfriend, yeah, I can.
I like you.
You be my boyfriend.
Oh, that's classic. Was that your boy from Temple of Doom delivering there to the house?
Who's small, tall, large, Marsh?
Yeah. How great
Short
was that?
round?
The delivery driver. Oh yeah, fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
That was great.
He's like, I like you.
I
You're my
love it.
friend. What do you say? I like you.
I like you. I like you.
Dude, that this is from forever ago, but I can't not show that FJB delivery without another one. Yeah,
Okay.
check this out real quick. It's like 6 months ago. I don't know.
Fuck Joe Biden. Damn right. Fucking prick.
Damn right.
Fucking prick.
Oh, it's awesome.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Dude, I love it. My one of my proudest dad moments is when my 12-year-old son, when something's too expensive, he shakes his head and goes, "Biden's America for you."
Or as he says now, Bidenomics.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you can get a job. You currently live.
It's
And
great.
like, it's Bidenomics.
It's really not. But
Other people had like actual like economic plans, and he's just like, Bidenomics is this.
We'll
building
just
from
say
the middle
this.
in and the outside in.
Yeah.
Whatever.
From the top down and the middle in. What else we got for the lightning round? We got something else?
Yeah, going back to Boston for you can explain it after we.
Oh, is this Marjorie?
Yeah. Marjorie.
Marjorie. So this one here, though, it's kind of scary, though, really what it's about. This woman here is one of the people proposing, she's a politician and proposing COVID requirements going forward without, like, they want to remove any religious exemptions for like school children, like stuff like that. It's something that's actually making me pretty nervous here in Massachusetts. Like they're going to just make it part of like the standard
vaccine schedule to get a COVID vaccine to go to school.
Yes. And they won't let you in, and they want to make it tougher for you to like be like, oh, well, I have a religious exemption. They want to be like, well, you can't religiously exempt from this. So there's rightfully people outside her house protesting, giving her a hard time. But she tried to sneak out. She went into like the next door neighbor's house next to her and tried to sneak out the other door. But these Bostonians were too smart for her. And you can tell it's here in Boston when you hear the way they say, Marjorie.
It wasn't accent. Marjorie.
Marge. All right. Okay, we're ready for it, though.
Large Marge and small tall.
Yeah.
Why do you not respect the rights of medical freedom? It's your parents' rights, Marjorie. How come?
Marjorie,
Careful.
why don't you respect people's rights?
What are you running from?
Why are you running?
What are you running from?
What
are you running from, Marjorie?
Marjorie, don't block the car.
What are you running from, Marjorie?
What are you running from, Marjorie? Come on, Marjorie. Crazy, but we'll keep you posted on that one. But it's like it's a statewide initiative, like thing they're trying to do too, and scary stuff.
What's Marjorie's deal? What's her role? Or
to be honest with you, I don't really know a ton about her. I believe she's just one of the people like sponsoring the bill and kind of trying to push it forward. Like,
is she elected or like a woo appointee?
No, I think she's an elected. I think she's elected. And
yeah,
that was
got it.
Cambridge, Mass, where she was.
Okay, do your homework next time. Just kidding.
Marjorie.
I got another one for you. Switching it a little
What do
bit.
you got?
It wouldn't be a right and wrong without a transgender story, gender ideology, what have you.
That's true.
Here is just, a random TikTok tranny giving you advice on how to help transgender people in your life. Here we go.
If you're cis, I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them what is one thing that you can do to lighten their load this week. Whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes. Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying, because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now while having to deal with all of the life stuff that we regularly deal with. And the regular life stuff that we deal with is life stuff, and then there's transphobia and living as a trans person in the world, and then there's what's going on right now, which is all of that combined. And then send that trans person $5 so they can get themselves a treat.
What?
Hold on there. To get a treat and do their dishes?
Well, how come
Hold on a second. I have to say something before I forget it.
Okay.
You heard at the beginning of that clip or whatever, she's giving us instructions to help.
Yeah.
And she said of lightening the load. Like, I'm not lightening the load of any trannies in town. Can you help lighten the load of the transgender people in your life?
No. Nope, not taking any loads off of anybody trans. None of that's happening.
No. You said not taking any loads off of anybody trans, but you're taking loads otherwise.
Exactly, that was the joke.
Oh.
Bye.
I
told you it was remove the kids from this episode, please. But how about even that explanation? How come everything ended up on the same level too? She's trying to make it seem like
it's the transphobia, and then there's the
yeah. It's like, oh, they're all.
It's it's like Charlie counting gas in the wild card episode. How are you gonna count it?
The liquid
gasoline in a barrel.
Oh, yeah, well, just in the barrels. But why was it it was like, oh, okay,
there's transphobia, and then there's doing dishes while trans.
Do this stuff. We're trying everyday chores. Come here. Transphobia is all up here. That would have been more normal, I guess.
Here's where you step in and throw $5 to the thing.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. What else we got?
Got two more left for you. Here's a quick one, which is absurd. Biden. Everybody's probably seen this, but Biden talking about fighting cancer.
Cure cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We end the cancer as we know it.
Listen, Jack, we've ended cancer.
Don't tell me you got cancer coming here into the room in the podium here. Tell me you got cancer. We ended cancer.
Come in here. You stick around. I got a joke for you, too. I mean, guy went into his doctor, told him the doctor said he had 6 months to live. The guy said he couldn't pay his bills. The doctor gave him another 6 months. That's like
Bidenomics for you. That's Bidenomics,
baby. Come on. We cured it. Cancer's gone.
Yeah.
The guy's ridiculous.
And they were saying they did the transcript. He's like, no, we will. They're trying to walk that back.
Oh,
no,
okay,
dude. He'd been talking about that previously, too. Remember, this is his big goal.
Yeah.
And then, well, tell my father who passed away, or my mother who has brain cancer, or, he cured it.
But, Juice, you know what? We're just not going to speak to the curing cancer from this podium.
Yeah, I can't talk about that.
We just can't. We're not doing it.
You'll have to talk to his people.
Absolutely.
Let's end this lightning round on a good point here. You can introduce this one.
Oh, perfect. Is this my boy Vivek?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vivek?
They chanted at the end of the segment, so we'll be able to learn it all together.
It's Vivek Ramaswamy talking about his vision for the country, basically, right?
Yeah, a list of, how he sees it, and I'll be damned if he didn't, snoop on me and figure out what I want in
this country
or a candidate or what have you.
He's a great candidate, man. He really is.
At
I know
least
we talk about him a lot on the show here, but he's the real deal. And the immigrant dream right there. He's what you should do with the opportunity here in this country. So I don't know. You want to give it to us?
I stand on the side of the American Revolution. I stand for the ideals of 1776. Above all, 1776 and our American Revolution was founded on the truth, that we would speak the truth, that we would stand up for the truth, that we would do it without apology. That is what we're doing starting tonight. We're speaking the truth, and we will do it without apology. God is real. There are two genders. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the best known form of governance to mankind. Capitalism is the best system known to man to lift people up from poverty. There are 3 branches of government, not 4, and the U.S. Constitution is the strongest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We will fight for the truth. We stand up for the truth. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what will win us the revolution of 2024. Thank you all. God bless you. God bless your families. Let's open this up. Let's have a conversation tonight. We stand up for the truth. Thank you.
We will now be starting Q&A.
Love it.
Vivek. Vivek. That's how I say it.
Oh, man. That was great, right? We stand up for the truth.
Yeah. Welcome aboard.
Yes, absolutely. They don't call you the truth box for nothing, right?
No, he's my guy. I mean,
it's so
at minimum, he deserves a position in the new administration.
Absolutely. Cabinet spot, right? We were talking earlier.
Isn't he a tech? Yeah, isn't he like a tech guy?
Yeah. That's how he made his name. He's, created his own business, and he wrote that book. I want to get a copy of that book, Woke Inc. And it's all about like the companies, like businesses being incentivized to go woke. And he's like, nah, got to get a copy of that. You can respond.
Oh yeah. Let's get some copies of that. Send it to Right and Wrong. It's
Right and Wrong. Absolutely. We'll put it. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I mean, speaking like that is what I want to hear from a politician. And if he doesn't get the nominee or the nomination, he absolutely should be getting a cabinet position with whoever the candidate ends up being, if not their vice president. So he's very well spoken, says the right stuff, got good charisma. The presidential hair, not quite where it needs to be. That receding hairline's a little much on him. Maybe he could go all, he could do me or the juice treatment, but I mean, it's still a lot of hair. It's just halfway back on him. But other than that, I'll take him, man. Great stuff from Vivek. All right. Juice, you got anything to add?
Vivek.
Viva Vivek.
Yeah, but it is receding. It's just like a poof on the top.
Yeah. It's kind of like the bad guy from The Incredibles. The original Incredibles.
Yeah, with the red hair.
Yeah,
red hair, and it's like that.
Yep. All right, you got anything else to add on lightning round?
I do not. Love it. It's fun.
Great stuff.
Get out. I thought it was funny. I still love that. The Joe Biden guy. Oh. You're my friend. Are you my friend? What did he say? I like you. Oh, I like you.
I like you. Awesome.
She only gave
All right.
she only gave him a 5 for a delivery too. Like, and he was stoked.
Yeah, I would have thrown him a few more bucks on that. Hang on, brother. There's a
Yeah, hold on.
couple more.
Bidenomics, come back here.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Great lightning round. Stick around. Coming up next is segment number 2. All right, baby. Let's jump right into the second story of the day, which is this Hunter Biden sweetheart deal that he was trying to be handed to him from Joe Biden's Department of Justice. Merrick Garland, swirly boy, trying to help his boss's son out a little bit with this one. So I guess to sum it up as easy as I can, we all know what's been going on with Hunter. They were trying to cut a deal. They said he reached a plea agreement where he would take misdemeanor charges for tax evasion, basically, and for the weapons charge that he had. And they were just going to plea it down. The weapons charge was going to be off his record after 2 years if he went to this treatment, counseling, BS, and that was it. Now, what they tried to do, they were both Hunter's defense and the Department of Justice were in cahoots together, obviously. So when they presented their plea agreement to the judge asked a simple question: what is this agreement? What are you guys agreeing to? And I guess I'm not a lawyer. Are you a lawyer, Juice? Maybe.
Not that I know of.
Okay. But you just stayed at a Holiday Inn last night?
And I'm good at bird law.
Yes, you are. But basically, the way I understand it is they made the plea agreement and they presented it with like, okay, by him agreeing to this and admitting guilt, now it's going to be off the table to prosecute him for X, Y, and Z. And what he's still being investigated for is his corruption with his dad, the overseas influence peddling scheme that he's been doing with his dad. That's going to fall under the tax violation-y type of stuff because they were hiding money and all that.
What about the pedophilia?
The pedophilia, they haven't even opened that can of worms yet. But the tax stuff is Hunter expected it to be off the table. They hid that into the weapons type of stuff so that we, the American public, wouldn't see that aspect of it. Like, okay, we'll let him skate on this weapons charge, but now you can't try him or go after him for this, and this tax related, as opposed to like putting that in with the tax charge where you would have been able to see it. So they were trying to be sneaky about it. The judge simply asked them a question. And once it was put out there, the Department of Justice had to admit, like, oh, he's still under investigation and he still could be in trouble for some of this other stuff. We still might go after him for it. To which Hunter's defense team said, I think you got the clip there, Juice, right?
Yeah.
This is what Hunter's.
I thought you said that you were all right, Spider.
No. What do you got me on a fucking pay no mind list, kid?
No, I thought I heard someone say something. Spider. I thought it was Henry.
No, you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know
that? You missed the best part. Hold on a second.
No, I thought you said that you were all right, Spider.
No. What do you got me on a fucking pay no mind list, kid?
I thought I heard someone say something. Spider. I thought it was Henry.
No, you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
No, I thought you said I was all right, Spider.
No, you ain't all right, Spider. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right, Spider.
I am all right. You ain't all right, you little fucking prick.
I thought I am.
You've been doing this all fucking night to me, you motherfucker.
You want a drink now? Okay, I'll bring it for you.
Yeah, well, give me a fuck.
That's
I thought you said
That's
I thought we were all right.
Yeah, we're okay. No. I mean, I thought you said no. That's off the table. The big guy, the 10%, all that stuff's off the table. I thought you said, but you said I thought. That's
You're not fucking all right.
Oh, I love it. That's my favorite movie of all time, and That's exactly what I thought of. I couldn't help it but think of that clip when I heard about this whole thing going to shit for Hunter. Basically, that they thought everything was all, signed, sealed, and delivered. Basically, they were going in. They were just going to say yes, yes, and the judge was going to rubber stamp that thing for them. The judge just asked a simple question: what's he going to be? What else can he be investigated for? Is he still under investigation? So it was great because the Department of Justice has to pretend, at least for optics, that they still have some sort of credibility. So they couldn't just present it out there like, no, this guy's cool, he's all good. They had to back off a little bit, and the defense team was like, whoa, we're not agreeing to anything then. So there's more to come with this. This story is not going away. It's not ending. It's going to get worse and worse. And we've all, I know me and you have, Juice. Maybe the rest of our audience has watched Tucker talking to that Archer dude. He did the part 1 episode with him. That's the one I saw the other day. But Hunter's
guy. Yeah, Devin Archer.
Yeah, his business partner and stuff, and talking about how Joe was on over 20 calls with some of these people. So it went from,
and I saw like a letter, like, "Oh, I'll meet you next time."
Exactly. And it went from Joe knowing nothing about Hunter's business, nothing at all, to, oh, we just saying hello to his friends. Oh, what kind of dad
about the weather?
Yeah, talk about the weather. Like, of course, the whole idea was the fact that he can get the vice president on the horn, just like that. You don't have to say anything. You could say, oh, what's the weather like there? Hint, hint, do what my son wants you to do. Pay us this amount of money, and we'll make the prosecutor go away in Ukraine who's looking into you guys. Like, obviously. So this isn't going anywhere. I'm glad that this plea agreement blew up. But I guess it leads us to the next point in this segment too, which is getting this information from whistleblowers. And we all know how whistleblowers are treated when they come out and blow the whistle against corruption on the left versus when they blow the whistle against corruption on the right. And we found this clip out there making the rounds that I think was pretty funny to give the leftists their words right back at them. Right, Juice?
I would say that's a good summation. But so you wanted me to go to the clip?
Let's do it.
All right, let's see what they had to say.
The attack on the whistleblower is never wise. It's never lawful. It's never honorable. It's everything you said. It's a travesty. And I'm not going to call them whistleblowers.
They don't deserve whistleblower protection. Each and every one of them has a strange history, has, guess what, Russian connections.
They always do.
These are not, as we would consider them, whistleblowers, people who are alleging wrongdoing.
They weren't really whistleblowers at all. In fact, they weren't even credible witnesses.
2 or 3 people who are political operatives, but they're not whistleblowers. These guys are not whistleblowers, period.
Is a hardworking, patriotic person in the intelligence community who just wants to put the information out there.
The president to call into question the credibility of this whistleblower. They're referring to this whistleblower as the so-called whistleblower.
So-called whistleblower on the Biden family.
Welcome back to so-called whistleblower. From the so-called whistleblowers.
See, so-called whistleblowers. So-called whistleblowers.
So-called whistleblowers.
So-called whistleblower.
So-called whistleblower.
So-called whistleblowers.
Whistleblower.
So-called journalists here telling us about the whistleblowers, right? These people. What?
Shout out to whoever made that thing with the guy with the blowing the whistle.
Oh, yeah. We'll throw it in the comments, right?
Yeah. I think there was a stamp up there.
Okay, good. That guy's hilarious, too, that actor. I get a kick out of him. I don't know his name.
What was that from? Dodgeballs or something?
I don't know. That looked like semi.
Because he had a priest. He had a priest thing on.
Oh, did he? I thought it was just like one of those old school, whatever, referee things. But the guy's funny. What was I going to say?
Supposedly funny.
Oh, supposedly, yeah. But it's like the whole theme of the episode is shame, right, Juice? And these news anchors, they obviously have no shame in their game. Look at the way they're saying that, like, oh, you shouldn't call into question the credibility of a whistleblower. And then boom, these so-called whistleblowers, like, come on. Either you trust people that are coming up and saying this stuff or you don't. And then these politicians and the Bidens and any of the people that are in power here, they have no shame either. These guys, like, you had the Hunter files a couple of weeks ago there. Guys, a degenerate, like scumbag, but puts on a suit and attends a cocktail party shaking hands with important people, like expect someone to take him serious. Yet you got that book of him snorting lines off the a-hole of a prostitute. Like, come on. No shame in that guy's game either.
That's pretty tame.
Joke.
In there.
Oh yeah. Look at that bad
Tame
boy.
stuff.
Very shameful, right? It's absurd.
That's just a random page.
It's crazy. But I don't understand why more people aren't just like laughing at this type of stuff, I guess. And again, like I know we're going to protect the people on our side of the aisle to an extent, but I'd like to think that like we're not that bad with it either. Like these people have zero credibility. At least you know where we stand politically when we talk about this stuff. CNN and MSNBC try to pitch themselves as straight news down the middle, which is just not what's happening on those stations. It's crazy. I think Hunter was expecting to tie a bow on it, I guess. I guess he was expecting to walk into that courtroom and to just take his little walk of shame for a few minutes, admit guilt for 5 minutes of his time, and then walk back up to his castle in the White House there with his dad and never have to worry about this again. You know, much like Queen Cersei did on Game of Thrones from this clip, right, Juice?
Shame. Shame.
Seriously. But it's like we all watch that show and stuff, but like I think the whole point of her having to do that was that nobody else before her chose to take that walk of shame. They'd rather sit and rot in their prison cell than to go walk naked through the streets to be shamed and yelled at and spit upon and all that type of stuff, where they had a little bit of self-respect, where in that show, the whole point of that scene is that she doesn't care. She goes through it, walks through there because she eventually makes it back to the castle and she's going to go destroy everybody who did that to her. But she still had to walk naked through the streets in front of all of us.
Spoiler alert. I've actually never seen that series. I swear.
I know you haven't, but
yeah.
Come on. No spoiler alerts on that.
Never seen The Sopranos either.
Those are some good stuff, buddy. Good shows. I highly recommend them. But I feel like that's where we're at now in the culture and the society and the world we live in too, where it's just like Hunter and the Bidens and stuff are like that too. Like it's not as explicit as in Game of Thrones there, but you're taking your walk of shame into court there. You're admitting some sort of guilt on these lower charges. And you're going to be shamed for about 5 minutes and hope it's over and done with the news cycle because you're going to talk about Trump with something else. And that's it. And it's done and over with. Where I think people that have a little bit more pride in themselves, pride in, their morals, their values, their character, would not choose to take that walk of shame. They'd rather be like, you know what? I'm an innocent man. I'm not admitting to any guilt. I'd rather go to jail for 20 years as an innocent man than admit guilt to avoid jail if I'm not guilty. So the Bidens aren't like that, obviously. And that's just kind of where we're at. And again, it fits into the theme that we have with the episode. So that's kind of all I have on on the Hunter situation. There is plenty of stuff we can go into with this going forward on future episodes. So, Juice, you got anything to add about your boy there, Mr. Hunter?
No, not my boy, but definitely nobody fucks with a Biden, right?
That's true. That is true. All right, awesome. We'll stick around. We got one more segment left to go. The always fun, and this one can be said because we have had the Come On Man segment since day one on the Right and Wrong show. So always fun, always popular. Come on, man. Segment of the day. All right. So it is that time in the show where we get to introduce you guys to a clip where we get to see somebody who does or says or acts in a particular way where, even though we're going to make fun of them for a couple of minutes here, there's really nothing else we can say except, come on, man. So for this one today, we will visit a family from the evil, backwards, repressive state of Florida. You know, Governor Ron DeSantis is down there ruling with an iron fist. He's a little bit too sanctimonious for this poor family who feels like their only option to survive in today's world in 2023 is to just flee the state. Juice, you want to bring in this family for us?
We just thought it would be a nice, warm place to live where we could get to beaches.
I just never thought that I would have to flee a state for the good of my children.
The SB 254, this will permanent outlaw the mutilation of minors.
I remember Tori coming to me one time and in tears, which she doesn't normally do. And I asked her what was wrong and she said DeSantis. And like the fact that a governor would be making my kid cry, that's a messed up government. We're absolutely moving because of the political climate and the laws in Florida. We didn't want to move. When the Florida Board of Medicine started meeting and we realized that they were going to ban gender-affirming care for our kids, that we might need to leave because that is life-saving, essential medicine and treatment for our daughter.
I was very relieved when we decided to leave. I had never really heard that much about trans people, and until I was like 11 or 12, I didn't even know trans people existed. So I was just used to being uncomfortable. I started hormone blockers pretty soon after that.
Yeah, I mean, there was times before she started getting hormones and stuff that she was suicidal. But after she transitioned, she was much more outgoing, much more like comfortable with herself.
Okay, careful.
We are seeing many families that are leaving. I really think if you were to ask a member of a trans family, they would tell you they go to bed at night dreaming of how to get out of the state.
So that's the dining room right here, and then this is the living room.
My hope for the McKee family is they are able to find a community that embraces them.
We're lucky that we're able to get out. We're able to afford to leave. A lot of people can't, or it's going to be very difficult.
I feel really bad for the people that have to stay here. It's been difficult to access my hormones. I'm not honestly sure how I would continue to access care. Even if I wasn't trans, I wouldn't be comfortable here. It's just not a safe environment for queer people in general.
I do fear for my daughter's safety, and just the fact that somebody might want to hurt her just for her being her, for her existence, is scary. I worry about her every time she goes out. I'll miss the wide open view.
Yeah, sunsets are great from here.
No. I'm looking forward to just being in a place where I don't feel under attack, where I don't feel oppressed. It's just so sad that our country and our society are in this place of denigrating people like that and making them feel like they have no place.
It's just hard to start over all over again.
There are two people hurting that child, Juice. Two. The mom and the dad right there.
The dad never, like, in any of those things, like, has a set. Like, oh,
No.
you gotta move. Yeah.
Thank you. That's like who I like immediately zero in on. I'm like, this guy needs a punch.
He was hitting there, like, and not to mention, like, oh, you fleeing Florida. Like, okay, drop these people anywhere else than a liberal state. Like, put them, you know, in another country. Like, dude, you'll want to be back in Florida in a second.
Absolutely.
Oh, we gotta get out of here for our safety. Like, dude, have you ever seen anything else ever?
Yeah.
Any other country?
See the dad
besides Canada?
underwear?
Besides Canada or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Canada, they'd be fine. But you see him, he had it like under his chin, was like folding them like these little like,
Tori, what is this a thong?
Oh,
is this your mother's thong?
Oh, oh, it's absurd. What it make you think of though?
I got some.
In the arms of the angel,
hey, you could help relocate a woke family out of the conservative hellhole that is Florida. We're looking towards you for your help on this. And nobody can do it but you. For just $20.
All joking aside, we need to protect our trans families out there. You can make a difference in a trans life. Donate. Any amount counts. $2. Save a family.
Honestly, anything, please. These people are suffering. You've seen that sunset that they had in Florida? And the non-pumping of hormones? Or the fact that they may not have been able to do that?
I'm Sarah McLaughlin.
The dad folding
Will you
the undies?
Be an angel for a helpless animal?
She's going to help us too.
Animals are abused, beaten, and neglected.
Helpless wokes.
And they're crying out for help.
And left to die in the
call
Florida
the number on your
sunset.
screen. And
Just
join
going to
the
be left.
SPCA with
They're not going to be able to survive.
Right now.
Oh.
For just 18.
I'm sorry. I tried to keep a straight face as long as I could, Jude.
$20 a day. You
That's
can help
like
relocate Tori and her bitch dad. Sorry.
But like that's on CNN. That's right there. Like they're broadcasting that. Like how many people have watched that without thinking much deeper on what is actually happening? That it's just like, oh, this poor family. Oh man, Tori needs her hormones. Like,
we have to flee this, pack up all the stuff, and like it's like shame on them doing like the shot family taking down the F.
Yeah. And they're packing up the pod.
And the dad's like, oh, watch out! Like that dude's not moving the pod.
No,
let's be honest.
Not at all. Not at all. And they have that activist in there from the Mom Hugs organization
Mom
of
Hugs
Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's just.
Our hope for the McKee family is that they get dropped off like anywhere other than Seattle, Massachusetts, whatever.
Yeah.
Washington, whatever. Seattle's a state.
Go. Bring them down through Mexico. Go the other way on the border. See how you're treated. If you go into another country.
Past some of these European
it's nuts.
Western
and again, they don't say how old that person is, which makes me assume that he is younger than 18 years old. Like it's a child. And again, those parents are the villains of this story. You are blocking your child's developmental hormones by hooking them on all these drugs. You're going down a path that's going to lead this child
You'll
to
help rescue
mutilate
animals from their
themselves.
abusers and provide medical care.
It's not good. Yeah, medical care. provide some medical care to lop off the twig and berries of Tory over there and see how it turns out in the long run.
Rice and beans.
Yeah, not going to be good. Crazy. Juice, you got anything else on these people?
No, that's
That's crazy.
Shout out to Sarah McLaughlin, though.
Thank you, Sarah. We're definitely going to get hit with a thing for using that. It doesn't block the episode. Censorship.
Yeah.
No, I think she'll be okay with it. Maybe.
We're just trying to help.
Yeah, trying to help them. We want to donate. Donate to the family. What was the name of the family? Do you remember?
The McKees.
The McKees. So the McKees, CNN, the Moms for Hugs in Florida, and all these
Sarah
other
McLaughlin.
activists, Sarah McLaughlin even, we'll throw you in. You guys have all earned yourself one big, fat, classic, come on, man. And typically I would tell you that's the end of the show, but I do have a couple of closing thoughts for you. So I told you guys at the beginning of the show that we were going to focus on shame today, and we kind of have. So I've come to the conclusion that most of our public leaders are egotistical narcissists. I know I'm going out on a limb there. I know, I get it. But where do we go from here? We need to start by looking ourselves in the mirror. We've become a country that's willing to vote for shameful people because they have the right letter next to their name. And we've been that way for a while now. We've had senators that leave women to die in their sinking car and still vote for them, to ones that are recovering stroke victims. We had another senator the other day literally stroke out in the middle of talking. And we also have a senator in place today that had to be told to say yes during a vote because she couldn't keep up with what was going on. We've had to turn to a reality TV star that's always been known as a blowhard, while the other team rallied behind Izzy Mandelbaum to defeat him. That's where we've gotten to in this world now with our politicians and our leaders. Now, these people have all humiliated themselves at one point, at some point, and we just keep coming back for more. Now, that's not the definitive list by any stretch of the imagination. That's just a small example. We could do a whole episode about shameful politicians, but we're part of the problem. That's kind of my point here. Until we fix ourselves, we'll continue to elect shameful people. We don't have any pride in the people we're electing anymore. And we don't have any courage in ourselves to elect people that hold the same values that we hold. Juice, I don't know if you feel the same way, if you have anything else to add to that.
No, I love that. Good job.
Awesome.
I love it.
Awesome. Well,
good way to end it.
Don't forget, folks, please subscribe right below my finger. Hit that notification that's not there. Sign up, subscribe to the channel. And until next week, that's the show. And thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
The Right and Wrong Show is produced by Juice. Executive producer, Juice. Audio mixer is Juice. Hair by Skull Shavers. Wardrobe and makeup by Ashley Ruka. Right and Wrong song created by Juice. The Right and Wrong Show is copyright 2022 from Brian Ruka.